Hey guys, what's up? It's Ashlyn here. Yeah, so I did go to the library again. I have two books left from the ones that I picked before. Got through all of the movies. One second, I realized I just forgot something. Okay, so like from my last library haul, I went through all but two of those. I have the two that I said were gonna be like super, super easy to get through. And yeah, not so much. I still have The You I've Never Known by Ellen Hopkins, and I'm only 47 pages in of like 600, 500. Yeah, of 587 pages, I'm only 47 in. And then this one, I haven't even started yet. And then I got more books. I have a problem, you guys. The library we were fantastic together, but we're toxic. Okay, so this last library haul that I did, well, this would be the second to last because this stack right here is from today. This stack right here that I'm about to show you is from 3 days ago. I have an obsession. I'm working on it. Okay, so the first book I grabbed, I saw this and I immediately grabbed, and that is Beach Read by Emily Henry. You know, that book that everybody is talking about and discussing and wanting to get. Oh! Just because you're falling doesn't mean you claw me. Okay, so this says. Okay, so Sally Thorne, author of The Hating Game, actually is one that blurbed it. And it says, original, sparkling, bright, and layered with feeling. And then Christina Lauren said, delightfully romantic and slyly poignant, the perfect anywhere read. So it says Augustus Everett is an acclaimed author of literary fiction. January Andrews writes best-selling romance. When she pens a happily ever after, he kills off his entire cast. They're polar opposites. In fact, the only thing they have in common is that for the next 3 months they're living in neighboring beach houses, broke and bogged down with writer's block. Then one hazy evening, one thing leads to another, and they strike a deal designed to force them out of their creative ruts. Augustus will spend the summer writing something happy, and January will pen the next great American novel. She'll take him on field trips worthy of any rom-com montage, and he'll take her to interview surviving members of a backwoods death cult, obviously. Everyone will finish the book, and no one will fall in love. Really. Okay. So it sounds good. It sounds interesting. It sounds fun. There's a lot of pages. I was a little intimidated when I seen it because I didn't realize how much there was to it. I mean, 361 pages isn't very much, but anyway. Okay, I'm gonna just go right down the order that these are in. Next, I got Castle in the Ground with Alex Wolff, Imogen Poots, Tom Cullen, Keir Gilchrist, and Neve Campbell. The Sky High is Rock Bottom. And if you see right here, he's wearing a baby face mask. So it looked interesting to me. I don't know if it's about a heist or a killer or what's going on with this, but it looks really good. It says, after the death of his mother, Henry, a rudderless teenager, befriends his charismatic but troubled next-door neighbor, becoming embroiled in a world of opiate addiction and violence. Okay, so yeah, I didn't even read that. I just went based off of what it looks like on the front, and I'm sold. Alright, next I got a couple of, from the new section, these are poetry books. So there's If Men Then by Eliza Griswold. No idea what this is in regards to or about or anything like that. It's a second poetry collection of hers. It charts a radical spiritual journey through catastrophe. Griswold's language is forthright and intimate as she steers between the chaos of a tumultuous inner world and an external landscape literated with SUVs, CBD oil, and go bags, talismans of our time. Alternately searing and hopeful, funny and fraught, the poems explore the world's fracturing through the collapse of the ego, embodied in a character named I, a soul attempting to wrestle with itself in the face of an unfolding tragedy. So I had no idea. I just liked that it was poems. I wanted something quick. I wanted something fun. It looked fun, but it's obviously not going to be that fun. And then this one was just, looking on that new book section and finding this. And it's called Obit by Victoria Chain, and it's poems as well. It says, when someone you love dies, everything dies. Her blue dress dies, empathy dies, friendships die. You, having survived, die. Obit is a stunning lyrical distillation of grief written by Victoria Chain after the death of her mother. Initially refusing to write elegies to fear of cliché, Chain heard the word obit and was moved by the strength of its sound, the long O and the hard T. She began writing obituaries for the many casualties of death, one long, skinny rectangle to chronicle each person, experience, object gone, and this became a new form with which to study sorrow. Chain's poetic obituaries are punctuated by formal interruptions, including a series of tankas that reflect on the emotional paradox of parenting while grappling with parental loss. In writing a book about grief, Victoria Chain has held a mirror to life. Obit reveals a stubborn search for language and for hope. So, yeah, I love obituary. That sounds so bad, but I do. I love reading obituaries. Like, there's so much, you have to really find, even if it's like a horrible person, you have to find the positives in them and, really use those powerful words. So, all right, next, I was looking up these different, okay, I don't know. I was looking up anthologies to read, and this came up, and it's called Unbroken. It's 13 stories starring disabled teens, and it's edited by Marieke Nijkamp. And all it says on the back is, for a small measure of eternity, it was impossible to tell where one person ended and the other one began. So it looks like this. It's really good. I mean, disabled teens and things like that. Warrior, actor, friend, heroine, traveler, sister, magician, lover, biker. In the stunning anthology, #1 New York Times bestselling author teams up with fellow disabled authors to create a collection of fictional stories that dispense with the tired, broken stereotypes and reclaim narratives and identities. By weaving together tales of interstellar war, an enchanted carnival, or a dating debacle, Unbroken celebrates the varied experiences of disabled teens, including teens of color and of diverse genders and orientations, without obscuring the realities of their disabilities. At turns hilarious and heart-stopping, these short stories share a common thread, one that has bent over time but will never break. So, I love different people's stories and things like that, so I just decided to go ahead and get this. In 1 second. I need a drink. Okay. Next is another anthology. This is Fresh Ink. And it says, leave your mark, 13 award-winning and best-selling authors, 12 label-defying stories, 1 unforgettable collection. With this publication, Random House has made a donation to We Need Diverse Books. When I was going through it, I saw one from Ellen Hopkins herself, and I was like, what? Is this the one? No, this isn't the one I saw Ellen Hopkins. My bad. Meet Cute's in here. Melinda Lowe. Melissa De La Cruz. Nicola Yoon. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I don't know very many of these people, but that's okay. Make it new, make it important, make it fresh. Basically, this is literally just them coming out and talking about, things that they've gone through. I don't know. It looked cute though. Like, I mean, that's really cute. Two more. Alright, so we got what we don't talk about when we talk about hashtag Me Too. It's essays on sex, authority, and the mess of life. Okay, so I'm not gonna read this. That it basically like sums it up. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the hashtag Me Too movement. If you haven't, look it up. If you haven't, you're probably too young, but you need to know what the hashtag Me Too movement is, because a lot of people were part of it, and it's something that is very, very important. I myself was part of it, and I don't know if you would call him an abuser or he's more like an attacker. He is behind bars, finally. Well, I mean, he's been behind bars for a year, but he finally pled guilty before it went to jury and everything. I literally lived out my Law and Order moment, which even my attorney was like, I've never known the defendant to go after the victim. So, or the perpetrator to go after the victim. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Alright, and this last one is Untamed by Glennon Doyle, author of the #1 New York Times bestseller Love Warrior, which I still have yet to read. I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, this is also on my TBR. This is how you find yourself. There is a voice of longing inside each of us. We strive so mightily to be good partners, daughters, mothers, employees, and friends. We hope all this striving will make us feel alive. Instead, it leaves us feeling weary, stuck, overwhelmed, and underwhelmed. We look at our lives and wonder, wasn't it all supposed to be more beautiful than this? We quickly silence that question, telling ourselves to be grateful, hiding our discontent even from ourselves. I'm not going to read all of that, so that gives you like a general idea, I guess, kind of. Alright, and then the very last amount I have right here is what I picked up today. And today is the 16th. I only picked it up because I was over there for a doctor's appointment. And my doctor's office is literally right next door to the cop shop in the library. So I just decided to stop in. I had to pick up a hold item anyways, which is The Deep by Alma Katsu. So I was able to actually get this from my library. I have no idea what it's about. All I know is based on the cover. I put it on my TBR. So this is another one I can knock off the TBR as well. What really happened on board the Titanic? Someone or something must be haunting the ship. Between mysterious disappearances and sudden deaths, the guests of the Titanic have found themselves suspended in an eerie, unsettling twilight zone from the moment they all set sail. Several of them, including maid Annie Hebley, guest Mark Fletcher, and millionaires Madeline Astor and Benjamin Guggenheim, are convinced there's something sinister, almost otherworldly, afoot. But before they can locate the source of the danger, as the world knows, disaster strikes. Years later, Annie, having survived that fateful night, has attempted to put her life back together. Working as a nurse on the sixth voyage of the Titanic's sister ship, the Britannic, newly refitted as a hospital ship, she happens across an unconscious Mark, now a soldier fighting in World War I. At first, Annie is thrilled and relieved to learn that he too survived the sinking, but soon, Mark's presence awakens deep-buried feelings and secrets, forcing her to reckon with the demons of her past, as they both discover that the terror may not yet be over. Brilliantly combining the supernatural with the height of historical disaster, The Deep is an exploration of love and destiny, desire and innocence, and above all, a quest to understand how our choices can lead us inexorably toward our doom. Okay, so I had no idea that it was basically like Titanic meets Supernatural. I'm living for that. I'm excited. I can't wait. Alright, and then really quick, the last things I got is I got this movie called Unlocked. It's from the producers of Salt and Red. And I don't know, it just looked really interesting. It says their greatest agent is now their biggest enemy. So it's probably like spies going after spies or mafia people or something. I'm not 100% sure. It's got John Malkovich, Orlando Bloom, I don't know who that is, and Michael Douglas. I know who Orlando Bloom is. I don't know the name underneath the sticker because there's a sticker right here over a name right here, and I don't know who. Tony Collette and John Malkovich. It's directed by the award winner Michael Apted. I guess Numi Rapis played in Prometheus, the girl with the dragon tattoo. It's an action thriller. Alice Racine, one of the CIA's top interrogators, whose career is sidelined after she fails to unlock a prisoner in time to save the lives of dozens of innocent people from a terrorist attack in Paris. Now leading a quiet life in London as a caseworker, Alice is unexpectedly called back into action when the CIA apprehends a suspect believed to have direct knowledge of another imminent attack. So CIA stuff. Sweet. Next, I got The Grudge, The Untold Chapter. I am not looking forward to watching this by myself. Hopefully, I don't have to watch it by myself. But if I do, I mean, I do. You know, it's totally cool. I don't really have to tell anybody what The Grudge is about. It's a curse born in Japan is simultaneously unleashed in the U.S. Those who encounter it are consumed by its fury and met with a violent fate. So basically, it's a curse that, you know, kills you. So it's kind of like, I guess in a way, it's like Venom, but it's not. Alright, and then the very last movie I have is 1BR, and I saw this and it just looked really interesting. It is, after leaving behind a painful past to follow her dreams, Sarah scores the perfect Hollywood apartment, but something's not right. Unable to sleep, tormented by strange noises and threatening notes, her new life quickly starts to unravel. By the time she learns the horrifying truth, it's too late. Caught in a waking nightmare, Sarah must find the strength to hold on to her crumbling sanity or be trapped forever in an existential hell. So that is everything that I got, and I will get through this all again very, very quickly, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a great day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and be kind to each other. Bye!